So when you say that you're not going to go after every American to audit, you're not being honest. Just like you're not being honest about what you did to cause the pain to this country. And you have no plan to solve it. You simply double down to the exact same thing you did before. Based upon the past numbers, we know this would mean 710,000 new audits for people who make under $75,000. So someone who makes under $75,000, you think they need to pay for this. So what you're going to do is you don't trust them. Madam Speaker, you say you don't trust the American public, that you're not going to hire all these people for the IRS so they could be there to help people fill out their tax returns. No, these people are going to audit them. We're going to double the size, and they're going to go after you. You see, there's a philosophy here, Madam Speaker. One side of this aisle believes in the American people. One side thinks they know best.
With much fanfare, President Joe Biden signed into law an unpopular to the people with common sense fact-finding and facts-facing accountability, law-abiding Americans bill. This bill is the Inflation Reduction Act. Take a look at these clowns that support this bill. The entire left, Democrats, wow. Basic mathematics will let you know you don't subtract by adding, or in this case, multiplying and doubling down on stupid. Let's continue with this article from CNBC. Historians may one day say this litigation did more to complicate an already too complicated tax code than any bill in the last 50 years. It is now up to the Internal Revenue Service, aka the IRS, to administer this law. Even with increased funding, it is not ready for this task. And if past its prologue, it may never be. Meaning this is gonna move in slow motion.
Positive frame of mind. I'm gonna execute a button hook pattern super slow-mo.
Or it might not move at all. So guys, don't jump into conclusions so fast. God is beautiful in making us aware of things in the most perfect time, his time. So we prepare and move accordingly. Thank the enemy for showing his hand or letting us know his next move. By seeing his next move is how I say to you as a suggestion, consider moving accordingly. This is just a suggestion. The law raises taxes by $300 billion over the next decade, largely by creating two new taxes on corporations. The first is a 15% tax on corporations' books or accounting, companies that have a team and use the tax code legally to report zero after gains and losses, expenses, depreciation, appreciation, liabilities, just to name a few, etc. And the next $80 billion in new spending for the IRS to beef up its enforcement activities to obliterate the middle class. I use my words wisely. After realizing this, they won't get anywhere from corporate, so they will go after the middle class, starting from $25K to $250K. Let's get more information out of the roll clip. Fair use.
These are just projections that will probably not be met. And I already see this coming. They're probably going to say that we couldn't meet our projections because we need more money. Now you know the hiring schedule. 87,000 employees over the course of 10 years, minus the employees that will be retiring. Nevertheless, the IRS will indeed have a larger workforce, and they will indeed have more auditors. However, it's not going to be like a new army of an additional 87,000 IRS agents. That's not how it's going to be. This brings us to the next issue. So these new auditors, who are they going to audit? Are they going to go after low-income Americans, middle-income Americans, rich people, corporations, big businesses, small businesses? Let me ask you an honest question. Do you know why the IRS goes after lower-income Americans? It's because they're easier targets. It's for two reasons primarily. The first one is that they don't have CPAs, they don't have tax attorneys to defend them. The second is you need an experienced auditor that knows what they're doing if you're gonna fight against rich people and billion-dollar corporations. It's just so much easier to go audit someone that's making $75,000 a year. Let me describe it to you like this. Let's say that you get the job and you become one of the new auditors at the IRS. Congratulations. You get 2 weeks of solid training. That's 80 hours of such good training, right? So they send you off to audit a rich person or to audit a billion-dollar corporation. So that rich person or that billion-dollar corporation, they're gonna hire someone like me. And it's gonna be you versus me. I'm a certified public accountant. I have over 40,000 hours of work experience in taxation. Now, in this situation, it's gonna be your 80 hours of solid training. I'm sure it'll be top notch, but it's gonna be against my 40,000 hours of work experience. And then you're gonna go head to head with me, and then, I mean, what can you tell me about IRC Code Section 451? Or let's battle against, talking about IRC Code Section 197. I guarantee you, you are not gonna get $1 out of my clients. So I would just say good luck. Now, here's the problem. The IRS is promising, give us $80 billion, and we're gonna turn that into $204 billion over the course of 10 years. So the IRS needs to make that money, and they're gonna go after easier targets. They're gonna go after low-income Americans and the middle class. But a lot of people are gonna say, Brian, the government promised that they're only gonna be auditing people making over $400,000 a year. Does it say that in the bill? No, it does not. And I'm hearing people say, it's gonna be okay if the IRS audits people making under $400,000 a year. Because if you're an honest person, you do your taxes right, then you're gonna have nothing to worry about. You have clearly never been through an audit, or you have been through an audit and you are the most patient and sweetest person in the world. God bless your hearts. For those of you that don't know, let me tell you how an audit works when you're an innocent and honest person. When you get a letter from the IRS, you are guilty until proven innocent. Even if you're innocent and honest, this is the process that you're gonna have to go through when you get audited.
For all of you who said yes, why don't you get out of Washington for a moment and go ask your constituents if they're better off today than they were 2 years ago? Because no, gas is not lower, gas is higher. And no, the car prices are higher, and their food prices are higher, and they're going up each and every day. I can't believe you would say yes. You probably believe the American Rescue Plan was a good bill. You probably believe it's Putin's fault too. Passing this bill today means more expensive bills for Americans tomorrow. And everyone who says otherwise isn't telling the truth. But of all the bad parts of this 700-page bill, the massive expansion of the IRS is the most chilling. Madam Speaker, I wonder if we could ask the same question, and oh boy, I imagine America will ask that in just roughly 87 more days. They won't just ask it, they'll answer the question, even if it's not asked, if they're better off than they were 2 years ago. But they'll probably ask the question, is America better off with 87,000 more IRS agents? Currently, the IRS has almost 80,000 employees. So you're going to smile, you're going to vote for it. A lot of you are going to mail it in because you're just going to vote by proxy. You're going to double the size of the IRS. They have 80,000 employees. You know what the IRS also has? 4,600 guns. 5 million rounds of ammunition. Why? Democrats want to double its already massive size. You're going to spend $80 billion of hard-earned American taxpayer money to hire an army of 87,000 new IRS agents. Why would you even propose that? Because you say, oh, it pays for the bill. Madam Speaker, the House is not in order.
The House will be in order.
I got plenty of time. I think I will. I appreciate the encouragement because I think America needs the encouragement. Because you know what? America actually needs a plan that works. Why, if you passed an American Rescue Plan that caused inflation that we haven't seen in 41 years? Why, if you went after the fossil fuel of America that raised the price of gasoline that Americans haven't seen before? Why do you keep harming the American public and you think doing the exact same thing is your answer to save it? While this bill doubles the number of IRS personnel, it does not expand due process protections for the American people. Worse, it includes no income floor who can be audited. So for the same people on the other side of the aisle, Madam Speaker, who says we are better off than we were 2 years ago, that somehow, I don't know where they get their gas, but they said their gas price is lower. Let me know, because I need to fill my tank up.
Hey guys, it's Jose, your regular Joe Blow again, keeping an eye out and my ears open, as I always do, to this corruption. They are trying to sell us this bull. Let's do the math. $400 to $700 billion Reduction Act, right? Hoping to make $200 billion back in the next 10 years. Where in the world does this business venture fly? So what happens to the principal capital of the $700 billion? This is without passing another bill in the following 2 years that they have left in this administration. How many of us actually believes that this administration is done with frivolous spending? Okay, that's my point, guys. Obviously, none of us, if we're watching this channel. So guys, do your research, price in this into your budgets, prepare, and like always, thank you for the support. Stay free.
It ain't hard to tell.